This is why Genshin needs to let you actually pause in the middle of a cutscene so I can re-enable the audio. Because like an idiot, I forgot to re-enable the voice dialogue because I was doing co-op mode with my girlfriend and she was using the ever so annoying Arataki Ito, who wouldn't shut the fuck up. Sorry, I'm just giving a minute. I'm still processing. Come on, brain, let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about earning soul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukadevada, forbidden knowledge, Nahida. What is it, heavy fear? Aloud. Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukadevada. She said no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation unless her Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There'd be no point. I should jump up on something. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukadevada. But this is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the validator to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him? Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here. It's Wanderer. Huh? Me? Distractions. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus. Who's that guy? You know him or something? That guy is the balladeer. Who? Stranger Kiddo, you say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you where I'd pay anyone else, but if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to. Please, I mean, you don't need to pay me or anything. I'm just so thankful that you agreed to take an outsider on an outsider like me. Welcome, I guess, but I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sincetas, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit ball this evening. Leave it to me, I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back. Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kitty. I've never been a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. At first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck, but I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off, and in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something? That's right, I am. More about that later. First, let me get those fruits you need. Since that is, was it? I'll be right back. Hey, what do we do now? Let's follow him. Just stay out of sight. Don't let him see you. Sorry about going through all that really quick.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level?
I don't really want to hear you, Paimon. I'm turning on audio for all the other characters. Person I just saw a Scaramouche, but with his animal vision. Which makes me wonder, what did he do to earn it? I'm not interested in my house streaming. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel?
Shush, Paimon.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes, I do, Skirmish.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
He doesn't have his vision yet.
Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Just blindly follows us. I mean, I guess we do.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then
Alright.
let's return to the city.
I don't think he would have wiped his memory of us, but you know, maybe as they're erasing his original
May the Dendro Archon bless us with a bountiful
form,
harvest
he
every
forgot
year.
us. I mean, we aren't recorded in the Ermin Soul, so I guess it's not impossible. Hopefully there's just not much left to this interlude chapter, because I'm streaming pretty late at night, because I wanted to finish a stream. Get back to TCG. Genius Invocation TCG. Ooh, that's a lot of fun.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why's this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why's he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Can his sins truly be forgiven for what he has done in the past? No. But he doesn't really remember it, and I'm not going to hold it against him. Like Child, who will probably very clearly remembers his attempt to commit genocide in Liyue Harbor. Despite his reasons, it's still not something that's acceptable. The only reason I even pulled for the character that I hate is for the Harbinger lore. And also because he's the only other character that can switch between different weapons. And I really hope that Genshin will release another character like that so I don't have to play as a Fatui Harbinger that I don't like. Even though I still want a Harbinger team. And at the same time, while I don't forgive Child for what he's done, maybe he's not as bad as I thought. He has his reasons, just like the God of War has her reasons for sharing her knowledge with us.
What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain of cause and effect. A cycle of karma and consequence.
Maybe that'll be in tomorrow.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
No, he wasn't. But believe me, maybe you've changed for the better. I sure hope so.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Okay. Let's just hope this won't take much longer.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
He doesn't have his vision, so...
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
No, we're just finishing the job.
Alright. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabuki Mono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Unfortunately, life isn't always happy. As much as I wish it was. It's like Ai's pursuit of eternity is simply not how the world works.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Okay. Any chest hidden over here? Oh. That's simply the way we need to go. I can't see if they hit anything. chest. Surely there's a hidden one. It's kind of neat. Oh, it's a Tarkar. Corruption from Robosh. And then he was signed. Ow.
Allow me!
That was not very nice.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices inside my head.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick.
Yeah, that kid sounds pretty sick too.
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
Oh, hey, this is what that one little cutscene's about.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something!
Oh. Poor Skara.
You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
Scaramouche, you're so misunderstood in that situation. You took that promise a little too literally and didn't realize that the kid was sick and he can't live forever. He was gonna... He would have died eventually. And I know you probably tried your best to prevent that from happening, but unfortunately nature just took its course. You just didn't realize that that's a promise that a kid couldn't keep. Although the kid probably hoped that he could.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
That was close.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Scatter! Spring forth!
Make yourselves at home. Everyone hold hands.
Emerge, right now. Emerge. I'm always watching. Right now. Right here. Right now.
I guess
Allow me.
that seemed to work.
Here!
Use this first.
Hold the line.
Right here. Right now. Emerge.
Committed to memory.
So quiet.
Well
Right here. Emerge.
No excuse for slacking.
I see everything.
You can't run! Scatter!
Breaking a sweat.
Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Right now. Emerge.
It's wild. It's a marrow. Technically, it's marrow. This seems to be what became the Fatui Factory. Or the Delusion Factory. Especially this spot right here. I remember this.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
There's the Fandango, the ominous Fandango. I just want to listen to this, but I probably shouldn't. Remember this? It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Look, it's Senora. Good to see her.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I'm glad to see her. Even if she will likely never come back as a playable character, and that's really upsetting because she's a character I would love to get.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Allow me! Right now. Emerge. A sight to behold.
Prepare yourself.
Right here.
Can't run from death.
Shine no longer. Rest and rebuild. Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
I'm just got done choking on my drink. Because that's just what happens sometimes.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
Yeah, the Doctor is definitely the most terrifying of the Harbingers. I suggest you start talking to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. In my personal opinion, that wasn't that bad of an impression of El Dottore.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you saying...
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original balladeer is gone, the person will live on in his place. As a person's sins are an inescapable part of their destiny too.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh god, it's Scaramouche the boss fight. impressive, traveler.
Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Oh, well, I guess we're dead now.
Die.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Stupid questions. Feeble human! Behold! At my command, you shall fall! Behold, insignificant pest! Too slow. You're dead! My endless cycle begins! How amusing. Nothing worth mentioning. Squall and Fury. Insignificant pest! Behold! Squall and Fury. Perish! The wind rises. That's far enough. Insignificant pest! Unsightly insects! The wind rises. Feeble human! Nothing worth mentioning. Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that you've recovered your memories, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
we got to witness someone else get their vision. That was weird. He was there for a brief second. Me, myself, and not I. Is there any chest? Did I get any rewards for that? At all? Give me a free Scaramouche. Come on, Hoyoverse. That'd be cool. Looks like there's nothing left. I'll get him tomorrow. I will make sure of that. Even if I don't get his best-in slot weapon. He's the only pole of this banner outside of C2 right at show, and that's worth
Welcome
it.
back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
He doesn't see you in that way.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you. Let's hope that you can find some answers.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do all this for a reward. Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
We can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Huh? You want us to decide?
No! Paimon only does nicknames!
Have you got anything?
Kuni Kazushi. Can I use that one? Kazushi. Let me spell that with a U.
I have no need for these names anymore.
Okay. I didn't know.
Okay. Have you got anything?
Yeah, so I can't use Kuni Kazushi. Okay. You just call him Scara, probably. Or I can use Koronoshushi. Koronoshi.
Are you sure?
I don't...
Okay. Have you got anything?
I think I'm gonna go with the lore name. Koronushi. Koronushi. And I hope I am not butchering that. That might be a little too complicated, though, for me to remember. But I want the lore reason. I'm just going to do this. Koronushi. Let's go with Koronushi.
Are you sure? Oh, all right. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
Korono sushi. Sushi. Korono sushi. Koronushi. I'm going with Koronushi, since I did participate in the Iridori Festival.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. Sometimes along the way, but it's all over now. So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Maybe. So I wonder if this is basically Skara's story quest. Though I imagine they'll probably have a special one for him. But then again, they treated the Shinha's quest as the interlude chapter as part of her story quest. So, you know, maybe not such.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold. Akaba, thanks for inviting me to research together.
Of course, Sawada. Your creativity has been indispensable to me. Without you, I'd have scratched my head bald by now.
That waterfall not moving in the background? Oh no, it is. Wrong quest. It's really annoying. But that quest is popping up. I should probably finish it, but take time. I'm glad that Scaramouche joined us. I'm sure he'll be a valuable asset to helping us. And as a friend. I'm not gonna go through the academia. I can just jump right down here.
Yeah.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest of Paimon. I'll buy some delicious treats as a reward.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You sound lost and confused.
Who's that?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. But for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate.
Is this the Fontaine Archon? Because that's the only person that I can think of that would be talking. And I've not heard those voice lines before, so...
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Oh, wait, no, it could be the time goddess. I forgot her name right now, but that's a possibility.
Voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes, does that mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
I wonder what else awaits for me in the future. Dual pole. I don't want to change his name then. But I am pretty happy with what I chose. Man, I remember a time where I did not have that many 5-star weapons. This one was a mistake. Let's see, originally I had this weapon. It was one of my first. This weapon, which was my very first 5-star. This was like my second one. I got lucky and pulled Shogun's weapon. This one was a more recent one. Skyward Harp, or Skyward Pride, was like my secondary 5-star weapon. And then the Lost Prayers of the Sacred Wind was my first ever 5-star catalyst. And then once I got Almost Bow and realized it was good on Ganyu, that's when I put that. And then I had this weapon before I got that weapon. And then with Kazuo's banner I got lucky. I think when I pulled this weapon was also when I pulled this. And I want to say I pulled this weapon for the first time. This one I just got lucky on Sino's banner, weapon banner. And here I got really lucky, as I was not intending to get a secondary refinement for it. I just got lucky when I put some another 10 pull into the weapon banner because I needed weapon fodder. And this one came right after I got Nahida's weapon, since Yuemiya was on her rerun, even though her last rerun was 2.8, so it wasn't that long ago. Not that I'm complaining, because I love Yuemiya as a character. But anyways, it's time for me to go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. and have a good night.